test bench to see if its claims hold true or if it's like the other half of Cooler Master's products. Thanks to Origin PC for sponsoring this video. Origin's newest line of custom gaming desktops offers Intel's latest 12th gen Alder Lake processors, DDR5 memory, and free lifetime 24/7 US-based support. Learn more at the link in the video description. Well, this is about as hungry as it gets these days, isn't it?
Oh, well, especially that GPU.
Okay.
Have you noticed anything different about it?
Well, what I noticed is there was a little bit of goop on the P mode, Q mode switch.
I was thinking more so you'd notice like the holes in the backplate, but...
Okay. I mean, can this cooler even handle it?
No, it's slower than stock.
Oh God.
This isn't a video about the test bench launch, just build a PC.
Got my jerry rig everything box cutter. Yeah. Now, we don't have a price for this thing, but based on the fact that it weighs 25 kilos, that is about 55 pounds for our American friends, I can tell you it's probably not going to be cheap.
Linus, there's instructions on the top of how to open it.
Oh. Oh.
Fortunately, you did find the tool thing. It's in a bad location from the factory in this one. It's changing for the production unit.
Oh yeah, it's like hidden. Boom! You wouldn't notice it if this got stuck in here. There it is. Oh, yeah. Holy crap, are these all glass?
Yeah.
Wow. That is a really aggressive looking design.
Oh my God, yeah.
Look how freaking wide this thing is. They were like, no, it's not wide enough yet. Let's put the I/O on the wide. See, it's not really the side, it's the wide. It's the side of the wide. Oh, this is gonna be tedious.
Oh, save a couple for later when they're lit up.
Or you can keep it.
Oh my God, no. Oh no, and these middle ones are split. We're at the point now where computer cases are getting so complicated, they're gonna have to start having like a PDI delivery and inspection fee. In terms of features at the front, we've got our reset and power switches, our microphone and headphone jack, 4 USB 3 Type A ports, a USB Type C, and this display can show system information like temperatures, fan RPMs, kind of whatever you want to show on it. It is so heavy. Okay. Is the paint supposed to be something special?
Yeah, this is a pre-production, and they found in shipping them to people that the paint gets a bit scuffed up.
Oh, got it, okay. You can actually really tell how engineering sample it is in spots like this. One other change in the production version is they wanted this to be totally toolless, but they're gonna add a screw here because apparently they ran into issues where people would pick it up and it would pop off, which could be really, really bad. You could kill a man with this thing. Tempered glass side panels, vibration dampeners, magnetic filters. Whoa, that's where the weight is.
Oh yeah, that is weighty.
That is substantial. I mean, that's what thick frickin' tempered glass will do for you. Wow. These are 180 mil?
200.
200 mil.
They don't tell you how fast they go though, so I kind of want to just try that right now.
Two 200 mils in the front, a 120 drawing in air at the bottom, and then two 120s at the back. And it looks like, holy shnikes, you could load the top up with...
You can fit 6 120s up there.
Oh, freaking what? Oh my God, there's so many front panel connectors on this thing. It's like a bundle this thick between all the fans and USB and power switch and everything here. Oh, you want to overvolt them, don't you?
I want to see what they do at 17 volts.
How did I know that was coming? It's almost like we've been working together for 5 years. Oh, this is cool. They've got a cable management, or rather a don't bother cable management panel on the back here. And you basically just go, yep, I don't want to see any of that anymore, and you cover it up.
We need to stick a sticker.
I guess just like put it here?
Sure.
Wow, it takes a long time to ramp up at 5 volts. Give her some more juice. Let's see like 7 volts. Yep, so we ended up at around 750. So let's see 12 volt now. Now we're moving. This is over 1,000 RPM now. That is a substantial amount of air movement.
I guess that's what they call turning it up to 11. Maybe they meant 1100 RPM.
All things considered, it is not loud.
No, not at all.
Hit a current limit again. It doesn't want to go faster.
Really?
Yeah, it's going down.
Oh, it's smoking.
It's dead.
I think when we started it with 17 volts.
Oh, crap. Oh, it stinks. It's a good thing it doesn't turn on. It'll blow its smell towards you. Here you go, Alex.
Ugh.
This is your doing. Can you start helping me build this thing? Because it's pretty clear this is going to take a team effort.
I do feel kind of bad. We don't have any more Cooler Master fans, and we're using these Lee & Lee ones instead. But they do clip together. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, those are super cool.
Yeah.
Power lead just barely reaches the integrated power hub. Wow, this thing has 2 integrated RGB hubs. One here, one here.
Damn.
Holy crap, it's loaded for bear. Oh, I'm gonna leave this for now. That looks like an absolute fingerprint magnet. We're gonna take that off last. Oh my goodness, it's still heavy. Now's probably a good time to take a closer look at our test bench. We've got a 12900K on a Z690 Maximus Extreme that hopefully has the capacitor on the right way. You know, with how many motherboards still have 5.1 analog outputs, we should just do like an AliExpress surround sound speaker setup. Get subscribed if you guys want to see that. These cable management grommets don't appear to be compatible with the backplate on this motherboard. Ow! Ah, my finger. Holy crap, even without the grommets, it's still right up against the motherboard tray.
Look at the cooler compatibility from the side.
Is this supposed to be coming off like this?
Oh, the whole thing's moving.
Now, a really cool feature of this case, by the way, we've gone with a 1300 watt power supply from Seasonic because our GPU now draws about 800 watts on its own, is that Cooler Master set out to make the power supply installation completely toolless. So 2 of what would normally be screw holes have been replaced with pins that go into the back of the power supply, and the other 2 are thumb screws. Like, really hold it in place. How the freak many hard drives can go in here? At least 1, 2, 3, another 4, that's 7. There were 2 more on that mid plate, that's 9.
Apparently the hard drives are all toolless too, to put those in, of course.
Oh, really?
Yep, they have rubber instead of screws. Do you want to go horizontal or vertical in the GPU?
I think we should let the people decide. Let's just have them use the thumbs up and thumbs down on the video. Thumbs up if you want vertical, thumbs down if you want a conventional mount. They're all thumbs up.
Wow.
Wow, let's go vertical.
So this also has toolless GPU mounting.
Ah, how are those toolless? They're just posts.
Included with the case is this fairly nice Gen 4 PCIe riser. It smells kind of weird though.
Oh, that's super weird.
Can I smell it?
Sure, Andy.
We got some weird kinks around here. Thunderbolt 4. Wait, what the hell? What would you connect via Thunderbolt that you would want inside your computer? Oh, I thought I had a fart, but I feel like if I let that one go, I'd get some solid, so. I love that the theme of this build is abused hardware. We've got the shunt modded GPU, the motherboard that was prepped for Sub-Zero.
We've got the fan. That's no
not
more.
abused, that's dead. This is ridiculously easy to cable manage. Basically just cram all the stuff in the thing and then close up the latches and then cover the thing.
Do you think that 6 fans is enough?
No!
We can add 2 more in the bottom.
Let's do it. What the hell am I looking at here? Triple reservoir pump combos using these brackets, just in case you're into it.
I really, really appreciate these radiator mounts that just come out and you're able to attach the fans and stuff. All of our sleepers and a lot of the custom work that I've done, I've just stolen these from master cases, and this one's even better.
Alex, I have some concerns about negative static pressure here. I think we need more fans.
Yeah, I'm already working on that,
Of course
Linus.
you are. All right. Okay, I don't actually know how to wire this thing up. I just put this on the middle pin of the bottom one and it just completely snapped off.
I got pricing from Cooler Master. How much do you think it is?
I'm guessing $349 US.
The global price is $500 US. And in the US, because tariffs, it's $650. Yeah, that's more than I thought it would be. And I thought it would be really expensive.
So this is like a 10,000D competitor in the way that they're looking at it. Well, now I feel stupid that this is our first kind of case review in 100 years.
ante todo. El imperio ante todo.
¿Qué quieres matarme? Ponte a la cola.
And it's one that nobody's gonna actually buy. Don't put that in the video, but look at the space here.
Yeah, I almost feel like we should have water cooled it just to fill up that void.
We ready to fire it up?
Are we?
A little bit of cable management, maybe.
Yeah, a lot of cable management.
It's good looking. I gotta give it that.
I want to do this the dirty way, like you did my Intel upgrade, where instead of like doing it properly, you just put it straight through and tie it.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I think you mean tight and perfect. You know, they say that beggars can't be choosers.
What? I'm not a beggar. I could buy my own PC. I'm an influencer now, Linus.
I'll cover it. No one will ever know.
Oh, nice.
Right?
Oh, that's my favorite kind of cable
Oh,
management.
crap. This isn't gonna work. Oh, there's a little arrow indicating where it goes. Ooh. If these were data cables, we would not do this. Oh, shoot. There's an RGB lead here. Crap, it's heavy now.
You're saying that like it wasn't in the first place.
Well, it's more now. I forget how this worked. Pull. Oh, there we go. There was another step back. Okay, yeah, cool. Oh, we never put this hard drive cage back in. Bye-bye. Moment of truth. I didn't even show the cool little block that that it had for all of the front panel connectors.
Yeah, you also didn't turn the power supply on.
Oh, well, that looks really cool.
But why are none of our fans working? Like, actually none of them.
This one is working.
That's the one that we plugged into the motherboard.
Okay, so maybe we didn't plug in the fan hub. And all the panels are coming off. Let there be light!
Is it okay to plug in USB headers when the system's on?
I mean, no, but yes. Awesome.
Okay.
Ow. Screen's on?
Yeah.
Yay! What's the screen showing? Make it yours.
But the $500 isn't enough to make it mine? If you look here, you can see they probably wanted to do curved glass here, but like Corsair, probably discovered that it was cost prohibitive. Remember that early prototype of the 10000D?
Yes!
Oh, yeah.
What's the resolution of this display?
I don't know, it looks pretty good.
It looks great. This is why you should never give your friends your computer's password. Should we get the smoke machine? While we wait for the smoke machine to fire up, why don't you talk me through what we're doing here? So we got Prime 95, Firmark running concurrently. I see what you mean about the GPU. How high did the thermals go on this? So it's power limited then?
No, it's thermals limited. Probably the memory is at 112. That's probably what's limiting us right now, or 110. At the temperatures of the CPU or the GPU, we're going to be looking at core clocks, yeah.
This top exhaust doesn't even feel like it's heated up. Rear exhaust, yes, coming right off the CPU cooler here. Is it overclocked?
Nope, this is stock. It's doing 4.9 gigahertz.
Let's get fogged up. Hello? Do we have fluid? Yeah. Bang! Oh! I told them, order the good one. And they came back to me with this.
I have an idea. Do we still have LN2 here?
Sorry. How are we looking?
Well, I'm not able to see like anything.
You can't see
It just
anything?
immediately disappears. There's so much airflow.
Okay.
It looks like it's going in and then probably up and out.
Damn, I wish our smoke machine was working. How do our results look?
Marginally worse, I would say.
Turns out fans work, but there's no substitute for just drawing completely fresh ambient air in.
I'm actually surprised.
Oh, I'm not. I mean, it's like, damn.
As for the GPU, it's identical. The clock speeds, temperatures are both effectively the same.
And you should note it's about a half a degree cooler in here now in the case than it was before. So for an air-cooled build, is it as good as literally putting your motherboard on a cardboard box? No. Meaning it's not the best bang for the buck case on the market, but I don't think that's what Cooler Master was going for with the half 700 Evo. As for the looks, maybe polarizing. Personally, I think it looks really cool, and I think especially for a water-cooled build. Man, could you ever do a cool loop in here, hey?
2 radiators up top.
Use this to feed them with fresh air, another radiator in the bottom. Man,
Loads of pump spots.
dead silent. Micro Center gives you the best prices and best selection on computer hardware and everything else technology at all of their 25 locations across the US. You can check out Micro Center's custom PC builder to spec out the best PC for your budget. They'll ensure that all of your parts are compatible, find stock available for you at the nearest Micro Center location, then just add it to your cart and you can arrange for same-day in-store pickup. For a fee, you can check the box marked Same-Day Pro Assembly and one of Micro Center's expert technicians will assemble your PC for you. If you need help deciding what parts to put in your custom gaming PC, join the online Micro Center community. It's a great place to discuss tech with other enthusiasts. And new Micro Center customers can even get a free 128 gig flash drive and 128 gig micro SD card at the link down below. No purchase necessary, valid in store only, limit 1 coupon per customer. If you guys are looking for another video to watch, maybe check out the last time we did a build in a Cooler Master half case when we used a 2 horsepower fan. That had the most airflow.
Okay, I'm just playing. You may have mistaken it for an external hard drive or maybe a Thunderbolt dock, but no. This is actually a powerful PC, given the size, of course. Now, most small form factor PCs are sized to be built around a CPU cooler, but Streetcom said, screw it. Let's just make the entire case the cooler. That's right, this is a completely fanless case at this size. Question is, did the fancy engineering that they had to put into this puny, passive powerhouse make it a complete nightmare to work with? We've got our heat pipes, and we're going to find out.
NZXT wants to make building a custom PC easier, and with NZXT Build, you just set a budget, see how the computer performs in your favorite games, and Build takes care of the rest. Use the link below to get your own custom PC today.
The Streetcom DB1 Max looks exactly like its sister case, the explicitly non-Max DB1. But there's one big difference. The Max variant uses not one, but both sides of the chassis as heatsinks for the CPU. Or really, APU, as there's no standalone graphics card here, nor space for one. That increases the total heat dissipation of the fanless design from 45 watts up to 65. But it creates an interesting problem. Getting heat from the APU to the left panel / heatsink is a straightforward enough endeavor. A couple of these U-shaped heat pipes, a bunch of thermal compound, and another heatsink to spread the load, but how do you do that for a heatsink that's located on the opposite side of the case? You know, around the back of the motherboard. Well, that's where some clever engineering comes in. These U-shaped heat pipes bend around to the back of the motherboard and contact the right side plates as well. Now, before we get to what is surely the most finicky cooler install ever, there are some concessions that need to be made to get a fanless PC under 6 liters of volume that promises some serious gaming chops, and it starts with the motherboard. ASRock's X300 TM ITX. This isn't a run-of-the-mill ITX board, no. This is thin mini ITX. It's the same footprint as ITX, but adds a 2.5 centimeter I/O shield height restriction. If you stare at it long enough, you can start to see how the design differs. There's no fitting desktop RAM in this thing, so SODIMM, laptop memory sticks, are used instead. We have a couple of these here. And where is the usual ATX power input? There isn't one. This board is powered from 12 volt via a little 4-pin up here, or with a quick jumper swap, like so, you can feed it 19 volts via a barrel plug on an external power supply, like we'll be doing here. We have this boy here. What makes this build actually work is the small wonder that is AMD's Ryzen 7 5700G APU. The rated TDP for this thing is 65 watts, which is actually precisely what this case is rated for too. Even though TDP isn't really a useful number these days, as chips can boost for as long as they want, as long as there's headroom. It flaunts 8 cores and 16 threads that can boost up to 4.6 gigahertz, and there's 8 cores of Radeon GPU baked inside that should give us ample gaming performance. But we'll see to that once we get this whole shebang together. Let's go over what we have here. So we've already talked about the CPU. This is the motherboard itself. We went over a little bit, but let's take a look at the more typical components of it. Right here, we've got 3 USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A ports and a Gen 1 Type C port. We've got audio in and out. It's pretty standard. It's nothing special. A serial port, which is kind of interesting. I appreciate it, but you know, it's whatever. We've got 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, but only one of these is going to be accessible because one of them's on the other side. Check that out. I don't think I've seen that before. That's thin mini ITX for you. I think I would have given up that serial port for 2 HDMIs, but that's just me. Let's see, 2 SODIMM ports. These are going to be used for our crucial DDR4 3200 kit. These are about as fast as we can reasonably expect out of SODIMMs, I think. I took a quick look around and I couldn't find anything faster. Unfortunately, that's just kind of what you have to live with on a low-profile system like this, but you also get 2 M.2 slots. One is a 2230 for your Wi-Fi or a very small form factor M.2 SSD, and you've got a full-size M.2 SSD port up here as well. The SSD we're going to be popping in here is a Crucial P5. We're just going to be using Colin's bench drive to speed things up. You probably want to have something a little bit bigger and or faster, depending on what your use case is. I think this is just a 512 gig. This is all you get. And yeah, that's all the components. Like, yes, it's not going to be a very complicated build, at least not as far as component density.
Oh, here it is.
In this box is what I think is the worst Apple product you can buy. It's not expensive, but it's overpriced. It's new, but it's outdated. If you're not careful surfing through Apple's online refurbished store, you might think that this $890 iMac is a great deal, but I don't think it is, which is why I bought it. I want to see just how bad of a product Apple still thinks is okay to sell to you. I've always been fascinated with Apple's refurbished store. It's a place where you can find discounts on new and not so new models of just about any Apple device, if it's in stock. And despite being refurbished, Apple treats them with the same warranty and return policy as new devices. So it's a 21.5-inch iMac from 2017. It's got a 2.3 gigahertz dual core 7th gen Intel chip that is actually for laptops. And there we go, 1 terabyte of hard drive space. And yes, that is spinning hard drive space. And because this has a laptop hard drive, like it has a laptop processor for some reason, it only spins at 5,400 RPM, which is the slowest. Let's see how this thing performs. I'm really curious. Oh. Screen looks perfect. The old iMac. All right, let's plug this thing in. The sweet smell of a new computer.
Is it new though?
New old computer. It genuinely does smell. If we had smell-o-vision, that'd be great, but we don't. Let me explain why this iMac exists. In 2015, Apple upgraded the screen on the 21.5-inch iMac to a 4K panel, which is great, but that also upped the price. And Apple still needed a computer to sell to schools, and so what they did is they created a cut-price version with the existing 1080p screen. So in 2015, it had a really slow processor from a MacBook Air, and then this one, slightly better in 2017. Oh my God, this is taking forever. I didn't put a stopwatch on, I should have done that. This is a pretty bad experience, but at least we didn't have to pay more for an overpriced RAM upgrade or a fancy screen, only to be in the same boat. I had the option between 3, which all share the same problem: a spinning hard drive. There is no SSD at all. These drives run at the glacial pace of 60 to 80 megabytes per second, hence the slow boot. If you want one of these older iMacs, I recommend paying the $40 extra and getting one with an SSD. Or if you need more space, there's one with a Fusion drive. And of course, external hard drives are always an option too. It's so slow. This is crazy. This iMac took 4 minutes to boot. A M1 Mac Mini, by comparison, takes only 30 seconds. Installing Microsoft Office took just under 10 minutes. And on an M1, well, that's only 3.5 minutes. Because, oh, yes. The models that come with an SSD, so that would be a Fusion drive model or one with just an SSD, they use an M.2 slot for the SSD, but this one just has the SATA port for the HDD and no M.2 slots. So even if you wanted to upgrade an SSD alongside the hard drive that's in here, you can't. So you have to replace it with a SATA SSD in a 2.5-inch enclosure. I can't hear anything. Oh no, there it is. This computer begs an interesting question, which I'll explore after I introduce you to this video's sponsor, Grammarly. Grammarly is the all-in-one writing tool that helps you with grammar and spelling suggestions. And if you opt for Grammarly Premium, you can take it. So, I'm starting to wonder if this computer is refurbished at all. I mean, just look at the sheer volume of choices from recently discontinued models. It really makes me think that the refurbished store might be the place where Apple sells its old stock. Take the iMac Pro, for example. That was discontinued last March, and yesterday when I last checked, there were 66 options still available. Oh, now there's only 19. That's weird. Anyway, with all this anticipation for an iMac with the M1 Pro and Max chips incoming, I don't see how there can be much demand for these. Now, to confirm my hypothesis, I tried to look at this iMac's hard drive history, and the total hours it ran for before we started using it is about 186, which is a little over a week. More interesting still is that according to the serial number, this iMac was manufactured in 2017. So, is this the same hard drive from that time? Did somebody buy this and use it for a week and return it? Was only the hard drive replaced? It's kind of hard to deduce what sort of life these refurbished Macs have had. If only computers had odometers. New or not, there are some funny listings in here, like these $40,000+ Mac.
Necesito un rival mejor. La mejor defensa soy yo. Recuperaré lo que es mío. Dejad que me ocupe de las tareas pesadas.
¿Qué quieres matarme? Ponte a la cola.
Pros. They are configured with a preposterous and unsellable 1.5 terabytes of RAM and 4 GPUs. It's a lot of power and a lot of money, and that's with a 19% discount compared to when it was new. Another open question is who's gonna spend almost $3,800 on this 27-inch iMac, which is otherwise a base model except